The year is 1999. There's a animal living in the mat room at Woodford County named Chris Dunn. He's a 2-time state champion. He's looking to defend his crown. He's got the target on his back, the bullseye on his head, whatever analogy you want to use. But, Chris, 3-time state champions are rare, and you are the man for 3 years in a row.
That's how it worked out.
3 years, 1997, 1998, and 1999, 135 pounds. Now, if you've not seen Chris's 97 and 98, you need to go back in the archive and watch it. We've already went over how we got into wrestling. We're not going to cover that here. That was in the 97 video. But we got the state tournament bracket as always. Now, I got a question to ask you about this one. Your first round, you supposed to wrestle Zach Klein from Central, and you win that by forfeit. What happens?
That's the only time I've ever seen that. That kid actually forfeited to me twice that year.
Really?
And I've never seen it happen at the state tournament. He just wouldn't come out.
Was he in the building? Do you remember?
He was there. Yep.
Just didn't come out. Yep. That's unbelievable. So you win your first. You don't have to wrestle. Hey, you get a forfeit. The guys, I'm not saying scared because I don't know Zach's situation.
That's what it was.
Well,
that's what it was.
His words, not mine. Then you go on to the quarterfinals. You wrestle Jesse Hash from Fern Creek. You win that by a 20-3 tech fall. So you're on a mission here. There's no doubt about it. The semifinals, you wrestle William Farrington from Wayne County. William ended up coming fourth that year. You win that by a major decision, 10-1. And in the finals, you wrestle Ryan Luna from Paducah Tillman. And we're not going to tell you how it ends. But, of course, he wins. We'll score along as we go. So you are we talked about this earlier, but we'll cover this for a little bit. You're a 3-time individual state champion, and also in 1999, Woodford County wins the team state title. So you had 3 individual titles, and you had a 3rd place, and then you won 3 team titles. 6 state wrestling titles total in the high school career. That's pretty daggone good. Now, of course, when you win, you get all kinds of cool hardware. This one has a very emotional, impactful story. First, start off by showing us what you got in your hand here.
We got the plaque that Woodford gives out to their state champs each year, which has a picture of your state finals match, which is pretty cool. These are really meaningful and a cool thing that they do. I don't know if they still do it, but Coach Carr and them did.
That's awesome. Now, in the other 2 videos, 97 and 98, you had your state championship medal. Mm-hmm. You won a state championship medal. But if you would, tell us the story about where that championship medal is. Now, before you start, this is why sports mean so much to people that were involved, whether you competed against somebody, competed with somebody. Sports means a lot to a lot of people, and this is one way that sports means a lot to Chris. Go ahead, bud.
It's going to be hard.
It's okay.
I had a really good friend that I wrestled with most of my life that was killed in a car accident, and that medal is with him. So I believe it was the only thing that they buried him with.
Thank you for sharing that story, man. I really appreciate that. So you win a state championship medal, and your friend is buried with it forever.
Yeah.
What a great memento.
Yeah.
What a great way to immortalize wrestling. And that's one of the reasons I love doing this story, or these video series, is for stories like this. Now, I didn't know that before we met. He told me that off camera, but it's such an amazing story. I'm so grateful that he shared it. Thank you.
His name was Michael Jackson. Most of you that know me know him. Was a great guy, was a state champ at Woodford County as well.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. I really do
thanks.
appreciate that. Now, to a little bit of a lighter topic. You're the man. You're a 2-time state champion in Kentucky. You're a senior. You're defending your crown. Mm-hmm. You know, kind of like what Coach Calipari says with Kentucky basketball, every time that you roll into a gym, you're getting everybody's best shot. Yeah. You're getting everybody's best effort. I'm sure they have your names circled on like their schedule. He's going to be at this tournament. Whether or not I beat him, I'm going to try to score on him. I'm going to try to do something so I can always say I scored on a 3-time state champion. I was able to get a reversal on a 3-time state champion. So you go to these tournaments, you go to WCI, all these bigger tournaments. You have to have some great stories about people just absolutely throwing everything at you.
I did, and as far as our team being so productive as well, we always got everybody's best shot. So that was something we were used to, and we thrived off that. I mean, in our room, we had multiple 3, even a 4-time state champ. So I mean, we were wrestling as good as you could get every day.
And that's when you're the man, like Ric Flair says, to be the man, you got to beat the man. And
yeah.
nobody done it for 3 years. Now, before we go any further, Chris brought me this shirt today. If you would, just kind of, it's a Kyle Dake 2018 World Championship shirt. That is autographed, by the way. How did you acquire this? Tell me all about it.
Well, Kyle Dake is my favorite current wrestler.
That's all, man.
Internationally. I actually had sponsored him earlier in his career, and he sent me that shirt.
When he brought me this today, I was like, I was going to show it, and I was like, no, that's not. I'm going to put it on, wear it for the video. Thank you for bringing me this, man. This is awesome. I really appreciate it.
We appreciate what you do, and I just wanted to give you something out of my personal collection to let you know
this
that.
is amazing. This is amazing. And I know, like I said, we're at the middle school state tournament. The locker room that we're in, you're not going to believe this. This is the same locker room Snoop Dogg. He's coming to the Corbin Arena. This is the same locker room Snoop Dogg is going to be in. Had a concert here last night. Daughtry was here. So any of the musical acts or whatever that's here, we're in the same locker room that they're in. But when I do these, when I meet guys I've never met before, and they open up and tell stories about your friend, about where your medal is, mementos that mean a lot. I'm sure this shirt means a lot to you. I can't tell you how grateful I am that you brought me this. I am so grateful that these men let me tell their story through wrestling, because anybody that's talked to me about the series, whether it's Facebook, in person at a meet, whatever, however we communicate, there's so many stories in Kentucky wrestling that just don't get told. The bracket just doesn't tell the story. It says that you won, but it does not say where your medal is. And that is why I love this, having the videos, meeting you guys that we've seen on history books, we've seen on banners, on the KHSA website for years, but finally getting to put your wrestling and your story to the history book name is just, I can't even begin to tell you how much I appreciate everybody that I've done videos with so far. And like I've said in other videos, I probably got somewhere between 50 and 60 lined up just off the top of my head. That's not counting the people that have reached out, and we're just trying to set up a time. So let's go back to 1999. You're a senior. I'm a freshman in high school. Let's do it.
All right.
So you guys are seeing what we're seeing. 1999. Chris is looking to be a 3-time state champion. Now, of course, we've already told you that he won, but this is why we're here, to watch the match. This 1999 has the intros. It's the same, running out from behind. When your name is called, knowing you're a senior, knowing this is your 3rd time under the lights, knowing you're going for a 3rd state championship, is there any different emotions that you've had before? Is there any, I'm gonna leave everything out there, or just kind of walk us through that real quick, if you don't mind.
Well, I'll walk you through this, because this is something that I wish I would have done, was take more time to take this in, because it doesn't happen again. And it was something I was accustomed to, and I wish I would have just absorbed more of it when it was going on.
Don't we all, right?
Yeah, man.
But let's watch it. Let's go, man. 135 pounds.
I had no idea who this guy was at the time. He ended up being a collegiate All-American.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. So here we go. So you said you never. I guess you've never wrestled him before.
I had never
Okay.
even seen him wrestle. I know we got a real nice 5-point move coming up.
All right, we're at neutral. Now, third time being under the lights, we heard the fans, doing their chant, "Let's go, Chris."
Yeah.
Could you hear it, or
No, I never heard anything.
that's
I'm just trying to be mentally there.
right? No, I got you. I understand. The 1999 year, there was some excellent, just across the board wrestling. You had Isaac at St. X, 4-timer, wins it. You had Jim Shaw. You had Damien. You had Joey Stepp and Chris Floyd wrestling
Yeah.
heavyweight.
Yeah.
There was just some good wrestling, some good dudes across the board here. Josh Stepp at Sheldon Clark.
Yeah.
We've done a video with Josh.
I think Damien won at 140 this year.
Yeah, 45. Because
45.
Jim Shaw wins it at 40. I'm doing a video with Jim, by the way. Damien at 45. And I'm going to try to get everybody in 1999. I'm going to try to just run the gamut, get everybody.
Our 215 was state champ
Oh,
this
yeah.
year. Josh Whitaker.
Gosh.
2-time state champ. We were the only state champs this year, me and Josh.
There we go. There it is, 2. Alright, boom, we're out of bounds. And it sounds like the end of the period. So we'll flip it. Your choice. Defer. Down. Alright. You're talking about never seen this kid before. That's the thing about Kentucky's such a long state. Like Paducah, Tillman, most of the time they go to like Illinois, Indiana, Tennessee. On my end of the state in Eastern Kentucky, we're most of the time Ohio, West Virginia, Tennessee, because we're just so close. You guys, I'm sure you went Tennessee, Ohio, Indiana, different places. So up until the state tournament, you really don't see a whole lot of teams from your state. Now you cut
There's a
him.
nice breeze right there.
Yep.
There's the lace.
There it is.
I really felt like I could have pinned him here, but I didn't really want it to end.
I can understand that. Knowing this will be your last high school match and take it all in. Just holding him. You hear the fans in the background chanting pin, pin, pin. But if you didn't want it to end, I can totally understand not trying to pin. And there you go, he rolls over.
Ryan, the kid I'm wrestling, probably the only kid that came up to me after losing and wanted to know what he could do better.
Oh, really? Wow.
Which stuck with me, and obviously he meant it and had a great work ethic to end up being a collegiate All-American at Lindenwood.
That's amazing. Huh. Wow.
He was only a junior here.
Do you remember where we went to college at?
Lindenwood University. They were national champs in
Wow.
NAI.
All right, so you're going to take neutral. 2 minutes the rest of your college or high school career,
I
man.
think it's 7-1 here. I think it ends at that.
And just all those years in the mat room, all those years summer camps, traveling,
When I
cutting
started,
weight.
when I started in 2nd grade, the smallest weight class, because we had to wrestle middle school, we went in kids program,
Right.
was 70 pounds, and you could only be 20 under. So I had to literally eat the whole way there to make 50
Wow.
to be able to wrestle 70,
That's
and that was how it started.
2nd grade.
Yeah, man.
My goodness.
Wrestling middle school. I got thrown around for a couple of years there.
Yeah, but you more than made up for it. There we go. We're out. We're neutral. He's
Kind of
tying his shoe.
I was just really blessed to have such good teams, man. I mean,
yeah.
it made this so much more exciting being on a good team and winning team titles and
I can
stuff.
imagine.
That was more important than winning these.
I think no, this one does not have the team title presentation. I thought it did, but it doesn't. Some years do, some years don't. It's just I guess who was
Yeah.
filming that year. So it's 3rd period, short time left. We're neutral. Are you? I guess you're checking out the clock, knowing that you're up, knowing you're about to be in history books for a 3rd time. All right, we got Stalin Red. Knowing 23 years later you're going to be with Alex Green doing a
Yeah.
video review in the referee locker room here where Snoop Dogg's going to be.
I was a little disappointed in not this match being as close as it was. It probably shouldn't have at this time, but state finals matches are a little bit different.
Right.
They were for me anyway.
Oh, there it is. You got a takedown.
No,
Oh, no. That's it. All right.
that was pretty nice though.
So it was slick. So your high school career ends. You get your hand raised. 3-time state champion, 1997, 1998, 1999. 3-team state titles. I mean, that's an incredible. Those years of having to put weight on as a second
Yeah.
grade more than paid off. More than paid off. We've watched all 3 now, 97, 98, 99. Any final closing remarks you want to say about Woodford County, about kids getting into wrestling? Is anything has jogged your memory? Just feel free to.
I just how blessed I am to have had the coaches around me that I had. I mean, all the way from elementary level up through Coach Carr and Coach Parks did so much for me, and you don't hear his name nearly enough. You know, he was a big part of that program as well. And then just my teams, you know, that are all out there watching this. I miss you guys. And we really appreciate what you're doing. This is so cool for some of us.
Thank you, and thank you for the shirt.
You're welcome, man.
And thank you for sharing the story about your friend. That was incredible. Thank you for coming today. In case you don't know, you're looking at an outside shot here of the weather. There's probably about 6 inches of snow on the ground, if not more. And you drove probably over an hour to get here. And I just can't thank you enough. Woodford County. Anybody else watching the series? Feel free to reach out to me. We'll set something up. Like I said, we've probably got somewhere between 50 and 60 to do. I love doing these. If you guys can get, 10 guys together, I'll stay all day and film videos all day with guys because I just want to celebrate Kentucky wrestling. I want your all stories to be told the way they should be, with the video and the personal stories that just can't be told by a banner in a gym or a name in a history book. That's all I've got with Chris. Go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
I do want to say one more thing, because it's been really cool for me too to, all these videos you've already done. I know all those guys. I mean, I've been around Kentucky wrestling for a long time, but getting to see, Livingston, Merritt, Chris Floyd, these guys, do these videos. When we were competing against each other, I didn't look at those guys like that.
I can understand that.
I mean, we were rivals or enemies, whatever you want to call it. But, watching this here, you understand that they put in what you did, and it's so cool what they accomplished. Damian Lavelle as well.
Yeah, Damien. Livingston's backflip.
Yeah.
Livingston's backflip is so far the most talked about part of any video so far. Everybody, and that's why, and like I said in the video, that's why I wanted to invite the team in, because I knew what kind of reaction it would get, and I knew when we was watching it that it would be, because on the YouTube content creators platform, you can see like watch time, and all the videos have excellent watch time. You guys are watching all these videos, and I'm grateful. But Livingston's, you can go to that point where he does the backflip, and there's a spike.
Yeah.
Like 10-second spike of him. People go back and rewatch that one part over and over and over.
I watched it a couple times.
And that's just, to me, that just makes my heart and my mind just so happy that people's getting to see that and talk about it all these years later and giving it life. Chris, thank you for coming, man.
Thanks,
Three-time
man.
state
Thanks for having
champion.
us.
I can't thank you enough for being here, for the shirt, the stories, and just being a part of the series, man. I just, like I said, I just want to tell your all story properly. That's
Thanks
all
for doing it.
No problem, man. That's all we've got for Chris. There's more Woodford County coming, I promise. He may or may not be have the last name of a vehicle, automobile. I'll leave it at that. You guys know who I'm talking about. If you're Woodford County, I'm gonna leave it there. We'll see you guys on the mats.